Have you ever wondered how one person's focused work can start out small and then just explode in its impact? Well, that's exactly the story we're diving into today. We're going to follow the journey of one scientist to see how expertise in a single forest can scale up to protect the health of a whole nation. Okay, so this quote right here from Dr. Nitin Atre, this is our launching pad. I mean, just think about that for a second. The idea isn't just to study life through a microscope anymore, but to understand it through code, through databases, through algorithms. It's really the heart of what a digital biologist does. But that sounds great in a quote, but what does it actually mean? How do you take the messy, complicated living world and translate it into the clean, structured language of data? Well, that's the journey we're about to go on.
To really get what's going on here, we have to start with the core philosophy that ties everything together, from a single plant to an entire population. And it's something called the One Health approach.
So, One Health is basically this idea that you can't treat human health in a vacuum. The health of people is directly tied to the health of animals, plants, and the whole environment we all share. It's all one giant tangled web. Now, keep this idea in your back pocket, because we're about to see it play out in a massive way. All right, so let's see this big idea in action. We're going to start small, like really small. We're talking about one person's PhD project deep inside a single forest. This is where it all began. And the mission was a huge one. You've got centuries of traditional knowledge that local communities have about plants and their uses, and the race is on to preserve it digitally before that wisdom is lost forever. The answer was something called the Melcat Plant Databank, or MPDB. The easiest way to think about it is like a digital encyclopedia, or maybe Wikipedia, for an entire living, breathing ecosystem. And the scale of this project was just, well, let's take a look. When I say this was a huge undertaking, I'm not kidding. We're talking about more than 1,000 distinct plant records, each one meticulously cataloged. Every single one is a piece of this massive ecological puzzle. And get this, out of those, a whopping 661 were documented specifically for their medicinal properties. This is ancient knowledge, stuff used for generations that could hold the key to future medicines, all captured as data. But it went even deeper. They went right down to the molecular level, identifying over 3,300 different phytochemicals. The actual chemical compounds that give these plants their power. This was an unbelievably rich foundation of biological data. Okay, so you might be wondering, plants, that's cool, but what does it have to do with national health crises? Well, this is where the story takes a huge turn. The skills are the same, but the mission is about to get a lot more intense. And here's the kicker. The exact same skills you'd use to orvalize a library of plants, turns out they're exactly what you need to build a library of deadly viruses. It's all about collecting, structuring, and analyzing complex biological information. The subject changes, but the core skill set is universal. And you can see this pivot happen in real time at India's National Institute of Virology. First, he's building this key database for vaccine research against viruses carried by insects. Then, bam, the pandemic hits, and he's on the front lines, earning the title of COVID-19 warrior and leading the team that built the National Genomic Dashboard to track the virus as it evolved. So we've gone from cataloging the past to fighting a global pandemic in the present. The next logical step? Building systems to stop the next crisis before it even starts. And this is where AI comes into play in a very big way. Let's start with a problem that is terrifyingly common in many parts of the world: snake bites. The AI solution for this is called SARPDansh. Now, this is so much more than just a simple app. It's an intelligence system for the whole country. It actually uses climate data to predict where snake bites are most likely to happen. It helps you identify dangerous species, and this is the most critical part, it maps the nearest health centers with the right resources. It's a literal lifesaver. Next up is another one of those classic One Health problems. What happens when human and animal worlds collide? That's what the AI Human-Wildlife Conflict Management System is all about. The real genius here is that it's proactive. It's not just logging conflicts after they happen, it uses predictive analytics to see trouble coming. It can send out alerts before a problem gets serious, giving people time to react and helping officials make smarter conservation policies based on actual data. And finally, we have a system that targets those widespread diseases carried by insects, like mosquitoes. We're talking dengue, malaria, Zika.
The scope of this thing is just mind-boggling. It's tracking over 400 species of mosquitoes and sandflies, and it monitors 8 major diseases. By pinpointing hotspots down to the district level and sending out real-time alerts, it gives public health officials the power to act fast and protect communities before an outbreak can get out of control.
Okay, let's take a breath and connect all these dots. We've gone from the microscopic details of a plant in one forest, through a global pandemic, all the way to nationwide AI systems protecting millions of people. It's a journey from micro to macro.
This really lays out the whole journey perfectly, doesn't it? Step 1, start with the foundation, meticulously cataloging a forest's ecosystem. Step 2, take those exact skills and scale them up to track a deadly virus during a national crisis. And step 3, leverage it all to build proactive AI-driven systems to keep people safe across the country.
And that's really the big takeaway here. It's this incredible idea that one person's deep expertise doesn't have to stay small. When it's applied to bigger and bigger problems, that impact can truly scale from a single forest to an entire nation. So that leaves us with a pretty big question, right? We've seen how this fusion of biology and data can tackle conservation, virology, and public safety. As these two worlds become even more intertwined, you just have to wonder, what other huge, gnarly problems are out there just waiting for a digital biologist to solve them?